Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry. Coming back at you with a little video. As you know, me and the wife just got back from Manila and she got denied on her tourist visa. So we're kind of bummed out about that, but it is what it is. You know, what can you do? It's the U.S. government for you. Speaking of government, I'm going to talk about a maybe controversial topic, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. Before we get started on the topic, I want to ask you to please like the video, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you know when I make new videos. I try to make a video at least once a week, a video per se. Now I'll do shorts all the time, as you can tell when you go to my channel. But please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to build up my subscribers to get my, whatever you want to call it, content or life story, just my thoughts that I share. You know, whether my thoughts are right or wrong, I mean, I still share them. But if you want to leave a comment below, just go ahead and leave a comment below, and I usually respond to those comments to the best of my ability, right or wrong. You know, but YouTube is a platform. Everybody has opinions, and you know the old saying, my opinion is the only one that counts. So anyway, let's get into it, this controversial topic. I've seen several videos. I watch a lot of YouTube channels. I've said that before. And I've seen people talking about whether they should help their in-laws. Now, this is if you're married to a Filipina, and I am married to a Filipina. Anyway, should you help your in-laws? Should you not help your in-laws? You know, I've seen comments where talking on one guy's video. I don't know the video, and I'm not trying to point anybody out because I don't even remember who it was that made the comment or what video. But needless to say, he's like, you just need to grow a set, you know. And then I've seen comments where there's no way that I would help my parent or my wife's parents financially. There's just no way. Unless it was an emergency, like they had to go to the hospital for whatever reason. Now, and that's fine. Everybody's got their opinions. Everybody can make their own decisions. You're a grown-up. I'm a grown-up. I'll make my own decisions. You make your own decisions. But we as foreigners do not fully understand the concept of the family unit that the Filipinos have here in the Philippines. We don't understand it. Growing up in America, I went in the military when I was 17, moved out of the house. You know, when I got out of the military, moved back home just for a short period of time before I got a place of my own. That's how it's done in the military. You don't live with your parents. You don't help your parents. Your parents have their own jobs. You have your own jobs. That's the way it is. You take care of yourself. They take care of their self. We are grown up, or we are raised to be very independent. We are raised to take care of myself, and then, like, for instance, my son. Take care of my son because he's my son. So that's how we're raised, but it's a whole different dynamic here in the Philippines. Whole different dynamic. In fact, a lot of foreigners, I think, do not even realize when they make those comments. For one, they may have never even been to the Philippines. Number two, they may not even be married to a Filipina. And number three, they don't realize that here in the Philippines, it's an actual law, L-A-W, law, that the children have to help and support the parents. I'm going to read you this law, just a snippet of it. It is the Republic Act number 11908. This is of July 28, 2022. It is the declared policy of the state to recognize the sanctity of the family life, protect and strengthen the family as a basic autonomous social institution and foundation of the nation, strengthen its solidarity and actively promote its total development. The right of families or family associations to participate in the planning and implementation of policies and programs that affect them shall be promoted. It is further the policy of the state to defend the right of the children to assist, including proper care and nutrition and special protection from all forms of neglect, abuse, cruelty, exploitation, and other conditions prejudicial to their development. The Parent Effectiveness Service program shall primarily cover fathers and mothers of children and parent substitutes. So, the way I read that, correct me if I'm wrong, could be wrong. If I am, I'll do more research. But it is actually a law where the children are supposed to take care of the parents when the parents get older, elderly, can't work, they're disabled, can't work, whatever the case may be. The children are to provide a place for the parent to stay that's safe. It's supposed to help them financially, make sure they have food. When I say financially, I'm not talking about going online and going on a shopping spree. When I say financially, I'm talking about food and medicine. That is the children's responsibility to the parents here in the Philippines, because they do not have Social Security like we have in America. They don't have the disability income like we have in America. They don't have none of that. They work until they can't work anymore. They retire. They can draw a little sum of money every month. It's not much. I don't know how much it is. I'd have to look. I want to say 5,000 pesos, but it may not be that much. Maybe more. I don't know. Somebody can tell me in the comments. That is their retirement. Now, can you live on that? Absolutely. You eat fish and rice every day. Have minimum electricity bill, and have a well. Yeah, you can live, but you'd have nothing extra. I mean, you would be surviving, especially if you still had children at home that was young, young enough not to work yet, whatever the case may be. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is it is the children's responsibility to take care of the parents. Now you might ask, well, Scoop, do you help your wife's mom, because her dad has passed away? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. I help pay the electricity bill, or I pay the electricity bill most of the time, 99% of the time. I buy most of the food for her. The mineral water, I buy that mineral water for her. And and now I do that in the form of not per se all the time coming straight out of my pocket. My wife does that most of the time. I give my wife a monthly allowance, and she takes that monthly allowance and she'll use part of that monthly allowance to support her mother. And I'm totally good with that. I told my wife, I said, I'll never ask or tell you how to spend your allowance. That money I give to you is for you, but the only thing I do ask is you help support your mom with your allowance. Do I chip in sometimes out of my own pocket? Yes, of course. And this is why. This is what these comments that these people make really piss me off sometimes, because the reason they piss me off, if that was your parent that needed help financially to buy food, pay the electricity so they can have lights at night, and have drinking water, if that was your parents and you had to support your parents that way, would you not want your spouse to be okay with that. Of course you would. Of course you'd want your spouse to be okay with that. Well, I mean, that's crazy. If it was my mom, listen, if it was my mom that needed financial help and my wife was the one that had the income coming in and my mom needed help, absolutely she would help my mother. No questions asked. She would help my mom just like that. Now I will say, I'll admit, hey, I gripe sometimes. I'm like, and the reason I gripe, not trying to make excuses, but we are the ones that do most of the financial supporting. And so I don't understand that when there are other siblings. There's a couple of them that chips in a little bit here and there, but the majority, the bulk of the support comes from us. And so yes, I gripe a little bit sometimes, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't mean to gripe. I don't want to gripe. It just comes out. Sometimes I can't control my mouth. It hits my brain. It goes straight from my brain, straight to my tongue, and it comes straight out of my mouth, and I say it before I realize it, and it hurts my wife's feelings, and I certainly don't want to do that because I love her to death. She's an amazing, caring, loving woman. She takes great care of me, and she shows it every day of every minute. And when I say those things and it comes out of my mouth, then I end up having to apologize because I've upset her, and I need to apologize. Because if it was my mother, she would help my mother, no questions asked, all the time. But anyway, that's my take. Just some of those comments and videos kind of upsets me a little bit. I mean, they have their opinion, whatever. They can do what they're big boys, big girls. They can do whatever they want to do. But if it was their mother or their parents and their wife was the one that had the income, they would want their spouse to help their mother. That's just my thought. But anyway, hey, I do appreciate you guys, and like I said before, just comment below if you want to. Hey, and I'll try to reply. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, the little notification bell if you want to. But the subscribe button is probably the most important, and I'm going to tell you, it doesn't hurt. You can subscribe, and it doesn't hurt a thing. It doesn't hurt your finger. It doesn't hurt your pocketbook. You don't have to pay any money to do it. But it shows me that you're watching. I looked on my analytics, and like 96% of the people that watches my shorts and my videos aren't subscribed. And so I have like 3 or 4% that are subscribed. But anyway, that's okay. I appreciate you guys watching too, though, even though you're not subscribed. I do appreciate it, and we'll talk at you later, and hope everybody has a good day, evening, morning, whatever the case may be when you see this, and peace out.